If you haven't met me yet, my name is Christy, and my channel is Meeting Wellness. I've been eating a carnivore diet since June of 2023, and I've had a lot of incredible benefits along the way. Lots of videos about that on my channel. But today I'm going to talk to you about something that I've incorporated into my routine recently, and that's walking. I've never been one to go for walks on a regular basis, but the more that I've gotten into carnivore, I've gotten all of this energy, and I've also learned a lot of things about being healthy in other ways. And so, one of those ways is through walking. There's a lot of great benefits to walking, and one of them is you're just incorporating some movement, but it's not going to be stressful movement to your body. So I've been watching a lot of Dr. Elizabeth Bright's videos recently because I do think I have some thyroid function that I need to heal, and over exercising, definitely bad for that. Walking, though, does not stress out the adrenals, make the body have that type of reaction that's going to be negative. It just incorporates movement, and actually it makes me feel pretty good. So I am not walking every day right now. And I am also not one of those people that, tracks everything. I don't wear a fitness tracker or a fancy watch that tracks heart rate and all of that stuff. But I do walk 3 to 4 times a week now, and I use an app called Strava. The reason I use the Strava app is it's just right on my phone. I can hit record, and it just records my route, and it tells me throughout my walk how far I've gone, what my pace has been. It shows my route, and then at the end, it will tell me the number of steps I've taken as well. So I really like that because I can record each of my walks like that, see the different routes I've taken. It'll show me my pace, and it records them, right? So it remembers them, and that's all a free part of the app. Another part of the app is challenges. You can join challenges for free in the Strava app, and I've already joined a few. I just today, because I just discovered today that you could join them for free. And then it will notify you when the challenge is complete, which is just kind of fun. Of course, if you do the paid version of the app, there's some more features. I currently don't plan on doing that. I like the free version just fine. But for example, this morning, my walk was 5.82 kilometers. It took me an hour, and I did 6,600 steps. So it's pretty cool. Now, when I'm walking, I also do a couple of things. I try to walk after a meal. There have been some benefits shown with walking after a meal, such as improved digestion and things like that. And so I try to either walk after breakfast or after dinner, just depending on the day. If it's a school day, I'm a teacher. So if it's a school day, I generally won't have time for the kind of walk I want to do after breakfast. So we'll do it after dinner. But today was Saturday, so I walked after breakfast. It was very nice. Now, the reason for either the after breakfast or after dinner is I'm incorporating some other things that I've learned about circadian rhythms into my walk. So it's like more than just movement, right? I'm getting some other benefits. So after breakfast walk, I try to go right at sunrise. And so I get the natural light of the sun coming up. And let me tell you, the birds start chirping, the sun is rising. It's a beautiful way to start the day. And I bet you can guess when I walk after dinner, I go at sunset. So you kind of get the reverse effect, right? So walking at sunset, you get the sun setting, you get that natural light, the signal to your body that it's time to start shutting it down. And so those are a couple of ways that I incorporate some other, healthy things into my day. I wouldn't normally just go out and, look at the sun to see it rising or setting, but when I'm out on my walk, when I incorporate that in, it makes it something that's very doable and easy to incorporate. Another thing that I will sometimes incorporate on my walk is my sprints. So if I'm doing my sprints that day, I try to sprint, every other day or so. So this morning, I incorporated some sprints into my walk. So when I've caught my wind from the previous sprint, or obviously the first sprint, I just walk for a little ways till I kind of warm up and then go for it. Same way I do my other sprints. So being 48 years old, I don't just take off at a dead sprint because that is a good way to pull a muscle. Um, but I sort of ramp my way up to my top speed and then I sprint for anywhere between 10 to 18 seconds. And then I stop and then I just walk a little ways more. So today during my walk, I incorporated 8 sprints. I don't always do that. It just depends on if it's a sprinting day or if I feel like sprinting. Another thing that I sometimes incorporate on my walking days is grounding. Now, I am just getting into grounding. So I have not experienced a lot of benefits and I cannot speak personally to the benefits, but I've done a little bit of research on grounding. And so what grounding is it's a way for us to electrically connect to the earth. So we just need to put our feet on bare ground and then we electrically connect to the earth. And what that allows is for electrons from the earth to enter our body, which makes it a natural antioxidant because oxidation is electrons being stripped away. And so you replace those electrons from the earth. And if you think about it, our ancestors weren't walking around with shoes, right? So our feet were meant to touch the planet. And so this grounding can be very healthy. So one of the things that it does, it improves blood flow and lowers blood viscosity. And that happens like very quickly after getting your feet on the ground. It reduces inflammation. It reduces your pulse rate and your respiration rate. So it calms you down. It helps to balance cortisol and some other stress hormones. It increases, melatonin. It reduces stress, increases both wound healing and workout recovery. Again, I have not experienced all of those benefits, but I will say this, the few times that I've grounded so far, it's almost instant. Within a few seconds, I just feel like calm and centered, and just happy to be there, even though I'm not necessarily doing anything. I don't have a great spot to ground at my house right now. I did a quick short about I am going to be putting a patch of grass back. I want a comfortable place to ground. So our whole yard right now is like rock, like lava rock, which is not good on the feet. And like this mulch, like this wood chip bark, whatever mulch, which is also not very fun to stand on. I've tried standing on it a couple times. It kind of hurts, you move your feet around, try to find a comfortable place, and then it leaves your feet like filthy. So then you got to go wash your feet, which is just kind of a pain. And so we took out all the grass because the water expense here in California is exorbitant, but we are going to put in a small patch of grass just so I can get back to grounding here in a comfortable way. And I'm excited to get out there and actually do some workouts, some squats and stuff, grounded. But the other way during my walk that I incorporate grounding is there's a park that I try to include on my route, which has a huge grassy field, right? So I could take off my socks and shoes and just walk around in that grass a little bit as part of my walk. Now, sometimes the kids are there practicing soccer, and on those days I don't get to do it. But if it's empty, like it was this morning, I can take off my socks and shoes and just kind of walk around in the grass or do a grounded sprint. It's actually very enjoyable. So I am looking forward to getting my own little patch of grass in my backyard, so that I can include that. So these walks are just, I don't know, like to sum up, I guess, after these walks, I feel great. If it's starting my day, I feel ready to tackle my day. So like today I came home from my walk and I finished my taxes, which is a good thing because I only had 2 days left, but I came home all motivated, finished my taxes and then made a picanha, made my son some protein pancakes. Like I just came back like feeling great and ready to tackle some other things I needed to do this morning. In the evening, it's just like a great way to wind down the day. So like all the stress that I have from teaching kids all day, which I love my kids, don't get me wrong, but it is a stressful job for sure. So yeah, the walk at the end of the day just kind of, I don't know, melts all that away and sort of gets me ready for sleep. because like I said, it's not stressful to the body. Like I wouldn't be doing sprints at an evening walk. If I'm doing sprints, it's usually at a morning walk, right? Because in the evening I'm trying to calm it down. So if you've tried walking, you guys put it in the comments and let me know. The other thing I need is a good pair of walking shoes. Yeah, I don't really know. I know there's a lot out there. I've never even owned, like I said, I have not walked in my life. I mean, like on purpose, you know? And so I've never owned a pair of walking shoes. I need a good pair of walking shoes. If you guys have recommendations, also please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them. If you've enjoyed my video about walking, please give me a like and a subscribe. That would really help out the channel. I appreciate it. But for now, I guess it's time for me to go and meet some wellness, one sunrise or sunset walk at a time. Bye, everyone.